In this video, I'm going to be sharing some things that I have been avoiding. I am hoping by the end of the video, maybe you will find out that these are also things that you should be avoiding in order to just have a better life. I can tell you that those things have changed my life drastically for the better, and I am really sure that if you apply them in your own life, that your life is gonna change. However, these opinions are mine, and you are always allowed to live your life any way that you choose to. Let's get into the first thing. First on my list is trying to prove myself. I am sure I am not alone. We all have found ourselves in situations where you've been at your job site for almost 10 years now, and even after being there for so long, it feels like every day you still have to prove yourself. This might not be your work, this might be even to your family. Sometimes people just put a lot on our shoulders that we cannot handle, or that we can handle, but it's never enough for them. Once that happens in my life, that doesn't bother me anymore. There is no need for me to try to prove myself to anyone. There is someone that I would love to impress nowadays, and that is my God, and actually the people who believe in me, who trust in me, who push me to grow every day. But any other person, like seriously, there is no need for me to continue to prove myself to anybody, especially if you've known me for a while and out of a sudden I have to prove myself. I am done. So if you find yourself in similar situations or places where you feel you should already be understood, who you are, what your needs are, what makes you happy, but you still constantly feel like you have to do extra things out of your own comfort zone to be accepted or to be approved, kind of, then I would like to tell you to stop, okay? Stop. The next thing I am avoiding is actually not voicing out my opinions. I think that there's been a lot of times where I have chosen to not actually express how I felt, and I've realized that for every moment that you don't express how you feel, maybe in those moments like you are actually the bad person, like that can also mislead people to think that you are okay, meanwhile you are not, and then you can stay behind and now be angry at them. Meanwhile, if you had actually expressed your emotions, they might actually listen to you. And in some other situations, expressing your emotions can actually help the person who is coming after you. A lot of people in so many places that we find ourselves in, like there's actually a need for everyone to be in control of what everyone else does, so much so that if we are not voicing our emotions and what we feel about certain matters, those things get pushed under the rug, and the people who come after us, they suffer, because then they will be like, but I did this and A never complained, why are you now complaining 2 years later? So we have to set the pace and really just be able to express our emotions. And I'm talking about in situations when someone does something that we don't like, some that we feel disrespected and things like that, that we are really able to express how we feel. And anyone who cares about us will take our emotions seriously and actually react or adapt like in such a way that is healthy for us. And the people who get mad at our emotions are really not good for us to begin with. The next thing that I've been avoiding is expectations. At this stage in my life, I am not expecting anything from anyone, and I'm equally not wanting people to expect too much from me, because the thing is, a lot of times people will put you on a pedestal and then set expectations on you as if you are like this perfect human being with no defects. Being a YouTuber, I know a lot of viewers see YouTubers like some magical, mystical human beings who do no wrong, who are always perfect, who have perfect lives. If you're having that expectation of me, just put it down right now, okay? The thing with expectations is that sometimes when you set an expectation on someone, you're actually putting a burden on that person, especially when the expectation is realistic. And sometimes the people are really not the people who are supposed to deliver whatever it is you're looking for. So I've learned that whenever I set expectations, sometimes they are not able to deliver because they may or may not be able to. Once the expectation is not delivered, I always feel disappointed, and I'm sure I'm not alone. I'm sure a lot more of us out here feel disappointed when our expectations are not met. And I think that one of the ways that I've actually tried to protect my heart a lot of times is by not expecting. If you do something for me, whatever that you do that benefits me, I accept it as a surprise. Like, I'm never putting anything on anyone, being like you are obliged to do this to me or not. Alright, so expectations is one of the things that I am avoiding for myself and for other people. The next thing that I'm actually avoiding is drama. What I've realized in my life is that not everything is worth me opening my mouth. There are some things in my life that will happen that will deserve a discussion, but other things I honestly believe sparking a discussion does not resolve the matter or change the outcome. In those cases, I have to respect myself enough to turn and look the other way. I hate drama. I hate people who start up drama. I hate people who insert themselves into drama, and I don't like people when people drag me into their drama. I don't want any of it. I avoid drama as much as I can, and most often when it comes to it, the best way for me to act is to like remove myself from the entire situation. That just prevents me from maybe saying things that I might, that might hurt people, and that's not just me. So sometimes it's just best to get out. Another thing that I am really trying to avoid of late is materialistic things. Recently shared a video on things that I do not buy, and I'll put a link somewhere on this video. And that's just because at my age I've just come to realize that memories to me are more important than material things. I would rather spend the money on a memory at this point than just obtain something materialistic that will just stand there and be looking at me. Okay, now before I go on to the next one, can you share with us below some things that you are avoiding yourself and how that has made your life better? Because all those things have actually made my own life better. While you are at it, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. The next thing that I am avoiding is actually settling, and this actually ties out to the point of being like proving myself. I no longer settle for places I have outgrown. I don't settle for jobs I've outgrown, relationships I've outgrown, and anything that I've outgrown. Sometimes it can be very comfortable for us to stay in places that we've outgrown. It usually ends up really not being beneficial to us or even to the people or the places that we are in. Say for example, you've been stuck in this job for a very long time now. You're not getting a raise, you're not getting a new title, and you know that you actually deserve more. It's time to move on and not just settle. And I read somewhere that sometimes we are so impatient that we settle for less because we are impatient to wait for what is best for us or to move on into what is best for us, just because for some reason maybe we are scared or fear the future, what might happen. So I hope that by watching me today that you have the courage to leave the places you've outgrown, expand yourself, exploit other areas. Do not settle for less just because you are impatient or afraid to move into the bigger things that you really do deserve. The next thing I am avoiding is judging others. Who actually agrees about this? Do you know that whenever you judge someone, you're always judging from the knowledge that you have, from the information that you have? And most often, this information is usually never complete. Maybe it's false. Sometimes there are truths and untruths to whatever information you have. But then we use that information to judge others. And I have found that anytime that I assumed anything about anyone, that it ended up being maybe just a half truth and actually not the full truth or exactly whatever it is. Also, I have watched people have opinions about me based on some tiny bits of knowledge that they had, but they never had the entire picture to be qualified to have an opinion. So I do not judge people, and I am hoping that people can also not judge me. Another thing that I'm avoiding is actually taking up on too many tasks. If you knew me on social media maybe 2 years ago, you would have known that I was everywhere sharing stuff, but lately I've really narrowed down my life to the things that I really want to do, and that also involves like not sharing too much, not being on social media a lot, and not actually taking up on so many tasks. Yeah, so lately if a task is coming in, I feel like I will not be able to meet up with the task, or I feel like I'm going to be pressured into doing it and completing it at a certain point in time that is not beneficial to me or the people around me. I say no to the task. I'm no longer going to overtask my system, like just burn out all the time doing things that it don't even benefit me. So I'm done. Another thing that I am avoiding is being on the phone all the time. Just like with social media and sharing a lot of stuff, I've really cut down on my phone use, and I recently actually changed my number, and to be honest, that's been very, very helpful. But it was getting too much, so I just had to change my number entirely. And so to be honest, I'm really very at peace. Like I feel so happy during the day. I don't get distracted too much. Really, only the people that I care about now have access to me, and that really does feel good. Another thing that I'm avoiding these days is really staying up late, because before, while I was engaging myself in doing all those things, I always ended up staying up late. And so when I wake up sometimes in the morning, I feel sad in my mornings. Like that's, I found out that's called morning depression. If you're someone who hates waking up in the morning, or when you wake up like you really don't feel good about yourself, maybe you have morning depression. I don't know, I'm not diagnosing you. You know better, or your doctors know better about your health. Found out that it's usually because I went to sleep late, and again because I always took up on so many tasks. Now I'm very strategic on what I'm doing, when I stop doing it, and when I give myself enough rest, so that when I wake up in the morning I am vibrant and ready to jump into my workplace and kill it. The next thing that I'm avoiding is comparison. Comparison does not benefit any of us in any way, and we have to feel like we are special, we are unique, we are unicorns in our own rights. Like God made us special. There's only one of us in this world, so there is no need for comparing ourselves. And sometimes when we compare, we don't even know. You see someone and they're riding a very big car, you don't know their source of income. Maybe sometimes they've taken a loan and now they are in debt, and we out here comparing. I no longer compare, and really I just learn to be grateful with what I have. And trust me, I don't have that much, but the little that I have, I'm really grateful I have it. Okay, so these are the few things that I wanted to share with you that I am avoiding. Again, let me know in the comment section below what other things, or if you share similar things with me. If there are things I've shared that you're also avoiding, let me know why you are avoiding the things that you are avoiding, and let me know how those have benefited you. Because like I said, honestly, like practicing all those things that I've listed and just staying away from them has really just brought me a lot of inner peace. Like I'm happy, I'm in a happy place, I feel peace, I feel like I'm in control of my life and where it is going. And yeah, I'm really just grateful, and I hope to continue to stick to this so that I can continue to be a better person for myself. If you watched to this point, I appreciate you. Like, comment below, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos, because I'm sure you would love them. On this channel we talk all things living in Canada, business, self-improvement and more, and I'm sure I'm going to see you in my next video. But before I go, I just recently made a video on the power of silence, and I think that you should check it out. I'm going to put the video on the screen here. And I also made a video on some things that we women should absolutely stop doing. On the screen you will also find a preview to the video, and you can just click on the videos to watch them, or you can go back to my channel and continue to enjoy the other previous uploads. I hope to see you back here soon. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next.